my journey. What if one simple shift in your thinking could change the direction of your entire life? This is a question I came across a few years ago, and it completely stopped
Can't
me in my
believe my
tracks.
tracks.
I
I
remember
remember
reading
reading
it
it
and
and
feeling
feeling
something
something
shift,
inside me shift.
almost like a
Almost
quiet
like
alarm
quiet
saying,
inner
pay
slam
attention,
saying,
this
pay
matters.
attention, this matters.
Hello, friends.
Hello friends,
And welcome to
and
my
welcome
new
to my
series,
new
The
series,
Secret
The Secret
Diaries,
Diaries,
My
My
Journey.
Journey.
I
I want to
by
start by saying that I'm not highly spiritual, so I'm guru, and I definitely can keep failing in my life just like anyone else. I'm simply someone who has been experiencing and figuring things and figure out. Even days I feel down or frustrated myself, the more I work on my thoughts and apply the law of attraction, the better I feel, the more positive energy I attract, and the more beautiful life becomes. I'm not a perfect, far from it, but I look back, I can see the human person.
And I feel genuinely
choose
proud of how much I've
how
grown.
much
I'm not the same person I
I'm
used
not
to
the
be.
person to
And that
be.
realization fuels me to keep going,
Keep going, keep improving, and enjoy journey as happens. And the best part, I'm still learning every day, just like you. I have to be honest, and hasn't always been easy.
It took me years to start
It took years to start truly living by the principle of the books. I failed many times, didn't always know. There's moments I've given up, but life much worse. Slowly, I feel that to take the space for our life, and here I am, share my journey with you.
This book has changed the way I think.
This book has changed my way I think, feel, and act,
because
and I share experience because I truly the world to pass it on. In this series, I will share the reflections, my experiences, and even the little flies another on the way. The chapter that my berries, because I hope you find some useful insight about the book itself and how to apply the ideas in my daily life. So, let's dive in. Chapter 1: How our thoughts have a reality. Reality. A series of chapters.
I felt inspired to give this part of my
This
journey
part
its
of
own
journey and
personal
all
name.
person name.
How
Our thoughts have reality.
That title felt
Reality.
because
For me, the biggest takeaway to understand how much everyday thoughts, even the ones that barely noticed, while sad and life we live. But the taking of the very beginning. For the first time, I started seriously explore how I could change my life for the better. Not massive overnight transformation, but thought small intentions that exactly realities doable. That's the curious led me bad a little bit bad. I best began to transform how I think, how I feel, and how I slow up every day. In this chapter, I want to share that journey that you. I highlight my most powerful idea that talks from the series by showing how I personally apply it in real life. I also share the friends and people close to me because sometimes someone else's appearance can reveal and completely our summary and personal relation. The first chapter of the Secret Byron introduces the law of attraction, the clarity, the core idea that entire book explains as thoughts, how powerful to say reality,
Verne
negative.
emphasizes that
Much
every
of the
person
side
has the
doesn't
power to
every
influence their life
spur
through thoughts, beliefs, and
believes
emotions.
emotion.
You
You
become
become what you think about most,
but you
and you
also
will
attract
attract
what
what
you
you
think
think
about
about
most.
not.
These
These
words
words
might
may
feel
feel a little
at
scary
first
at
because let's
first,
be
and
honest,
because an
our
honor to
brains
brain
sometimes
sometimes wander into weirdest place.
Like who hasn't
Who
spent
like
5
who
minutes
5 minutes
imagining
imagine
accidentally
essentially sending a silly
from a party
selfie
to
the
their
birds
boss,
of their
or
boss and overthinking
text
a
that
funny
might be
stat that may
misread?
be
It's funny, yes,
misread.
but it also makes the
It's
point very
almost
serious.
so
The thoughts
serious.
we focus on most shape the energy we
Shape the
send out into the world,
and
ultimately
ultimately
the
the
life
life
we
will
attract.
attract.
So while it's
So
okay to
while
laugh at
okay,
these
laugh to
ridiculous
the
scenarios,
ridiculous
we also want to pay
scenarios
attention to the thoughts that really matter,
really
because
matter because
those
those are
quietly
ones be
shaping
quite
our
sadly
reality.
a reality.
This chapter
The chapter
encourages readers to see
encourages readers to see themselves as active creators of lives rather than passive observers. Once I read the chapter, I realized that how often the consciously focus on don't worry, don't want problem, stress, miss it opportunity, and how focus seems to actually reverse those negative patterns. The law of attraction isn't magic. It's really mindset. I too direct the energy and attraction towards one. In these words, keep the resource of my mind. The secret is law of attraction, and you have the ability to use it to change your life. I understand its way to really empower me, and even small shifts in my thoughts and focus creates real change in my life. I'd love here to watch you too. How do you interpret your idea? How do you feel about the fact that your thoughts actually have this much influence? Personal anecdote. And that's exactly the why the chapter hit me so deeply. Once I understood the talk that's just a background noise cheering through our reality.
Something in me
Reality, reality.
was actually spending most of its time. And honestly,
I began noticing small but meaningful changes almost immediately when I shifted my focus from problems to solutions. Instead of thinking I'll never get ahead, I started visualizing success and imagining real practical steps I could take.
And within just
In within a few weeks, things moved. Unexpected opportunity pops out of nowhere, and a college friend I'm sure the super helps the contract a tiny size certainly pay. How others apply the secret, real experiences. The idea is that chapter might sound simple, but how do you actually work real life? To make it more attainable, story for people, some inspired real life experiences, some illustrational, who supply some principle and story multiple changes. Each story highlights the different aspects of law of attraction and answers the clear question when you take it into our lives. From invisible to promoted to what change. Thomas' story has a very close to me because I watched it unfold by the other's eyes. For years, he was like the college professional, had so much potential. Feel this is what you do.
He was smart, reliable, creative, and honestly, one of the hardest working people on our team. But despite all that, he constantly felt invisible. He once told me, half joking but half defeated, I think I could disappear for a week and nobody would notice. And the sad part,
at that time, he truly believed it. He was stuck in the job to train him. He worked at long hours without questions. Every success was good enough.
I could
I
see
could
how much
see
it
how
weighed on
much
him, the
weight on
frustration,
the
the stress,
frustration, the
that
stress,
quiet
and
sense of
quite a sense of
disappointment that
disappointment
builds
that
up
built
after
up
months
after
and months
months and
of
months
feeling
of feeling
unseen.
unseen.
Then one day,
Then one day,
something shifted.
something shifted.
He came
He
across
came across an
the
idea,
law
the
of
law of
attraction,
attraction,
and for
and
some
some
reason
reasons
it
he
hit him
hit
differently
him
than
directly
anything
through
before.
anything before.
Not because he
Which
thought it was
because
magic,
thoughts of
but
magic, because
he
it
finally
finally felt
had
had something he could control, his
his
thoughts.
thoughts.
He
He
told me,
if my
if
mind
my
is the
mind
one
is
place
one place where nobody can interfere,
maybe
maybe
where I
that's
should
where I
start.
should start.
And that
That
sentence
sentence
stayed with me.
stays with me.
Every
Every morning before
he
work, he began visualizing versions of himself and wished the world could finally see confidence, capable, recognize choices and important tasks. He would sit quietly for 5 minutes and imagine himself presenting ideas, presenting the project with clarity, and yes, even receiving praise. Not an arrogant way, that's a proud, it's a sheer cynical way. And then things begin to change. Gradually, subtly, but understandably. A high visible project suddenly opens up something that's not that he would have been to impede for.
But
This time he approached it differently.
He wasn't just hoping for
He
the
wasn't
best.
happy for the best. He felt focused,
Like he had
like
already
he had
lived
already
the experience in
listened
his
vision
mind.
in his mind.
I saw him
I
take
saw
initiative
him
in a way I had never
into the
seen him
way I
from
have
before.
never
He
seen
contributed
before.
ideas
He
confidently,
contributed
he solved
to
problems
ideas
quickly, and he
confidently
didn't shrink
and
himself the
solved
way he
problems
used to.
quickly and didn't think him
energy
the way
changed,
to be used
And
to.
people noticed. His manager started relying on him more.
And he
Colleagues asked for
more
his
colleges
opinion.
course
He
of
became the go-to
opinion.
person
He
for complex
becomes
tasks.
became a go to the
And within
complex
just a few
task,
weeks,
and in just a few weeks, something happened that he described as impossible.
He
He got promoted.
not because of luck,
Not because of love, not because suddenly the
changed,
company
but
changed,
because
it's because he changed.
His
His mindset changed,
his focus
his
changed.
focus changed.
Watching that
Watching the
transformation
taught us something powerful. Since
internal
shipping child narrative to
external
the
world
external world eventually adjust to match it.
Thomas's story
Thomas' stories
shifting
how to shift the focus and taking inspired action can transform a career, but the law of attraction doesn't only influence a professional life. The same principle can deeply affect the health, energy, and well-being. Actually, he didn't stumble on the book. He gave it for his birthday. What would happen to actually read it, and he did.
What this story
Let
teaches
it
us
show.
is simple.
Your mindset guides your actions, and your actions can create real opportunities. Shifting focus toward solution attracts opportunities you might otherwise miss. The turn point. The turning point. Monica's story another who feels very close to my heart because she's not just someone I hear about. She's my friend. And honestly, she's the strongest woman I know. She has two beautiful, hyperactive children who seem to run sports to attention. A great work of is painting. It was America's the constant noise, movement, and endless energy demands slowly drained to her spirit. For a long time, she leads a cycle of exhaustion. This quality you wake tired, go to day tired, go to bed tired, repeat the promise again. Her body felt heavy. Her mind foggy
non-existent.
She once told me some days even the days falling might feel to find the
And
amateur.
she wasn't exaggerating.
The first is changing.
She tried everything.
She tried everything, vitamins,
changes,
diet
morning
changes,
routines,
morning
evening
routines, even
extra
routines,
sleep,
extra
less
sleep, less
more
sleep,
exercise.
more exercise, no exercise. Nothing helped her way to help. She felt stuck. Emotionally, physically, mentally stuck. We started meeting more throughout the time. At first, it was just coffee, then local to task. There's those deep conversations that only happen to someone who truly tired and feeling the way it feels. One afternoon, the girls surprised how fruitful the trance felt, and chatted about the law of attraction. I almost hesitated. I know that capable people can be, especially once it started. And yes, the gave me that's a classic cabbage cook here. But please tell me positive thinking of muscularly better energy levels. I didn't pause. I simply said with a work of meat and Thomas. Small steps, gentle practice, nothing dramatic and unrealistic. And my surprise, she didn't shut that down. She sighed and said, "Okay, I'll try it. Honestly, this fall, I'll try anything." So she started small, and I mean really small, 30 seconds a day is amazing herself working on small energy. Gratitude for micro moments while I read it today, I might guess with me, or I had 3 minutes of silence. A simple visualization herself feeling lighter, clearer, more alive. But first, nothing dramatic happened, and no fire, no words, no certainty, no motivation, and something sort of began shifting. One day she told me, I don't know why, but this morning I didn't feel like the zombie. Maybe it's 10% better. And honestly, I was huge. Over the next week, it's a chance to grow more energy in the mornings. Not above it, but noticeably better. Better mental clarity, feel foggy friends, moment. Small possible connection started to get the worse. Most patient with her kids, more surprised her the most. She said something stuff is with me. When stop focusing on how tired I was, I really felt that the body could break again. I didn't have overnight. It was a magic. A talk, internal by intention and build a reality. The strength is coming too, not supernatural, but meaningful consistency. A neighbor ways she met the doctor is actually listened offer helpful guidance and discovered the child that's inside that didn't drain her but energize her. This little shift is a real memoton. It's chance of grass matters and it's gentle, steady, and genuine. And watching it reminds you it's so powerful. Sometimes biggest changes begin a quiet comes of mind. Monica's story shows waves, temptations, consistent practice can open the door meaningful change, even if it's a hell where we often feel powerless. The truth possible focus, care, the consistent action it can have improved health, well-being, well-being. Teresa Thierry Ambrose. When she finally turned the light inward. The third story I want to share is shared some information personally about character recently watching on the move called Climate in 1952. See a character on the screen sets a Chinese real relationship with me and reminds me such a what chapter 1 the series features. In the movie, this woman, Terry Ambrose, is a performer from Spain, inspired out the college Bronx dancer who created and lives in love. She constantly challenges Buster always tell you young, anxious in life. Believe yourself and never let anyone tell you otherwise. Yes, behind closed doors, she required flowers herself in her house world. She struggled with a fear about the future and didn't allow her to
Watching
sing
her,
in the
I
city.
felt this tension so clearly.
In this way,
She
they
believed in other
encourage
people,
others to
but
the
hadn't yet
same.
fully believed in
Watching
herself.
her, I felt hesitate clearly.
What struck me
What
from a
struck
law of
me
attraction
from a
perspective
law
is how her
attractive
focus
perspective
slowly begins to shift. As she recognizes her own value and allows herself to embrace her gifts, everything around her starts to align differently. She starts taking small, intentional steps mentally and emotionally toward the life she wants instead of only supporting everyone else's dreams. And you can see the ripple effect. Her confidence, energy, and presence begin to attract opportunities, attention, and fulfillment that she had never allowed herself to receive before. For me, seeing Terry's story unfold was a vivid reminder of something I take from chapter 1. The power of awareness and intention. Just like the law of attraction teaches, she experiences the transformation not through magic, but through focusing on what she wants,
on what she wants, feeling is real upon herself into action.
It also
This makes me think deeply about self-care. Sometimes we focus so much being good everyone else, supporting, encouraging, lifting others up, and working better after themselves. And the truth is that not so perfect other
If we don't nurture our own minds, hearts, and dreams, we won't truly be happy and we won't fully create the life we want. Even though Terry was fictional, I could feel the lesson deeply. We need to direct positive, intentional energy toward ourselves as well as others. When we do, the results can be surprisingly real, uplifting, and transformative.
When we do,
This example,
it's a
even though it's from a movie,
even though it's from the movie, really make me reflect on my own mindset. It's the way sometimes I hold myself back. It's true that the principle of law of attraction, awareness, focus, and visualization can be observed everywhere, even the story is written.
I find it
As right, inspired, if motivated to notice where I ignore my own dreams, what happened on the other side.
And what do we learn from this story?
Helping other people is wonderful, but true fulfillment comes from others, even so themselves. Definitely positive intention as
toward our own dreams, we open the door to real transformation. Aunt and uncle, what happened that night?
What happened that night?
And the last story
I must share with you that from my own family. I see the lesson of the law of attraction play out our lives firsthand. My aunt and uncle both working hard, professional and talented people. They don't have kids.
They could have
Kids
built financial stability
support financially
somehow,
easily.
money never
Somehow,
seemed to flow their way.
she
Bills, unexpected expenses, and small setbacks always seem to appear. Watching them struggle, I often felt frustrated for them and worried. How is it possible that you both work so hard and still feel like you're barely keeping up? I asked one evening over coffee. My uncle sighed, rubbing his temples. I don't know. We try, we save, we invest, but it never seems enough. Maybe we're just
but it
unlucky,
never
my
seems
aunt
enough.
added, shaking
Maybe
her
it's
head.
just unlucky. My aunt
Seeing
and
this, I thought about chapter 1 of The Secret
specific,
and the power of
mindset.
mindset. I gently
suggested,
have you
have you ever tried
visualizing financial success, even in small ways,
listen
or
things
listing
you're
things you're
grateful
grateful for
for
each day?
each day?
They looked at
They
me
look at us
skeptically, but agreed to give it a try.
give it a try.
Slowly, the shift began.
Slowly,
Every
the shift
morning, they
began.
spent
Every
a few
morning,
minutes
spend a few
imagining
minutes
themselves
imagining
managing
themselves
money wisely, paying off bills effortlessly, and watching new opportunities appear. They also started keeping a gratitude journal, writing down